And Scott, you were the last at number 4, which means number 3 officially starts with the Uber bench.
All right, 2, bang, bang. 2 very quickly. My number 3, this one, man, one of, ever since I was a kid, all-time favorite, pastimes, hobbies, and it is watching television and movies, and or, going to the movies in the movie theater. I just love something about watching TV, especially on a day like today when it's been rainy. The rain's been coming down. It is a little warm, but you kind of get in that movie/TV mode. So
Yep.
I love movies and television. So my number 3, watching TV and movies.
All right, and also, and I was just going to get ready to say that number 3 also continues with Andy Conrad.
All right, my number 3 is watching YouTube. I do that every night. I watch YouTube more than I watch real TV, but half the time I'm listening to music when I'm watching YouTube. So.
My nieces and nephews, they do the same thing.
Okay, yeah, that's my one.
I do as well.
Oh
Unfortunately.
boy, yes.
Alrighty. Righty, well, number 3, it is an activity of riding a horse, especially for enjoyment, or as a form of exercise. And number 3, it is horseback riding. Oh boy, no one's got it. I just mentioned it. And yes, it can be done, especially even in some when you live out in the country too.
I remember I used to go horseback riding. I think it was a 3-year stretch between when I was 8 years old and 10. And I'll never forget, my horse was named Fred, and I was very sad when he passed. I used to have a lot of fun horseback riding. It was a lot of fun. Now with the surgeries and other things I've had, corrections, just things I've had done to improve my quality of life. My health was great when I was a kid. That's a great one right there.
Alrighty, Uriah and Kristin, you guys are at number 3.
You got this time?
Bowling and camping.
All right, my number 3. I used to have a 3-wheel truck that I used to like to ride around, and I still like doing it. But bike riding.
Mikey?
Let's see. Number 3 would have to be listening to music. I love listening to music.
That's
like
my boy.
Reliant K, ABBA, J-Moss, War, the list goes on. And yeah,
Album.
yeah, album too. Mellow Rider,
you
Mellow
have to-
Yellow, The Final Countdown.
You gotta, add album.
Yep, and I also enjoy video game music, like...
Hey, Andy, is Vic listening to me?
I don't know. I was going to send him a message, but I'm not exactly sure. I hope he is.
Yeah, listening to music is good. I really love it. Listening to music for my number 3.
Alrighty, Twiggy, you have a number 3 of you.
Isn't mine outdoor? Going to a hockey game.
That would be indoor.
Yep.
Hail Phantom.
Although, sometimes they do have outdoor. But it's
Once in a
very
great
rare.
while, yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty, Kowicki was the last at number 3, which means number 2 officially begins with Michael Kowicki.
Track and field. My number 2.
There you go.
Alrighty. Ready, and Scotty, you are at number 2.
Yeah, my number 2, me and Mikey, as the days go by, we just have more and more in common. great minds think alike, or maybe you were peeking in my list, Mikey, but my number 2 is listening to music. Just love music.
That's gotta be on everybody's list. I'm sorry.
Listen to it just about every day, and the station here gives us, a platform to be able to play our favorites. We just had a favorite from our great friend and boss man requested as we played Purple Rain by Prince. So yeah, just it's like medicine for me, and I think most people feel the same way. So listening to music, my number 2.
Oh,
Andy.
alrighty, ready. And Andy, you have a number. Let's see, number 2 of your own.
I do have a
understand.
number 2. Yes, sir. It is creating videos. What I'm doing right now. I love making videos. I love to get them on my computer and edit them up, whether they're simple ones or they're complex ones. It's just, I'm in pure happiness when I'm doing that. So, creating videos, number 2 for me.
Oh yeah, my number 2. Who it is done as recreational, but it also can be done as an Olympic sport, I was told, and it's also done in amateur competition. Number 2 for me is swimming. It's probably
Did
Nora.
you see my list?
I was just gonna say no because someone has to tell me Uriah's number 2 is swimming.
Yep, it is swimming. I like going to the lake and spending time with the family. Or going to the swimming pool and doing it. I know when we used to have the YMCA trips, we would go and get in the pool and have a good time over there at the YMCA. But that's my number 2, swimming.
Kristin Seidler, you have a number 2.
Board games and bocce.
Look at my list.
You must have looked at mine, because,
I wasn't here.
well, I was still looking at it when we were back up.
The last person at number 2 is a fellow named Caster Mario Alexander.
Let's see, number 2, drawing and sketching characters. Oh yes, I have
You
multiple.
do great work.
Oh yes, and I do multiple sketches and artworks of video game characters and cartoon characters, and it really enjoys my time. I mean, I draw like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of characters, and they turn out to be awesome. And I do it with pencil, and then I trace with a Sharpie pen, and I erase the pencil, and then I do the coloring. So it's good, and it turns out to be that good. So drawing and sketching characters for my number 2.
I believe that when you do that, it calms you down a little bit when you're a little bit wired from caffeine and stuff, maybe.
From his delicious caffeine from McDonald's.
Yes, I had to bring it up.
His delicious and healthy caffeine.
And it's magical.
Before we get on with our number 1s, it's those that didn't quite make the list.
The best of the rest.
We call them the best of the rest. Mikey Alexander didn't have his, but the rest of us did, and it begins with me. My best of the rest begins with a very dangerous sport called mountain climbing, bowling, and lastly, the sport of golf.
I don't know about golf, but I keep watching on TV. It always puts me to sleep.
What?
Watching golf on TV. Alright, Raider, sorry about that.
Have you gone mountain climbing before, Radar?
I don't think I've done it, but I've seen that sport is a very dangerous sport. No question about that. It's really extreme.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to. I wouldn't be able to do that. I'd freak out. Man.
Alrighty then. Ready, the rest
I'm
of
sure you played golf though. We have the great golf course by our parts. No Run. Have you golfed there?
No, but I was gonna say I've golfed at Pardo's, that fabulous par 3 course.
How'd you do?
It's fun, believe me. Although it's really physical activity, and I can honestly say it is a sport that it's not all that easy, but those that should give it a try, because golf is a very physical. It's also mentally handicapped too.
I tried it once and I have never tried it again. The first time I ever tried it, when I swung at the golf ball, I totally missed it and the club went flying.
Alrighty.
So I told everybody before.
Alrighty. The rest of the best of the rest begins with Mikey, with Michael Kowicki.
My number 12 best of the rest is the Masters Golf and how you say that?
Batting cages.
The batting cages.
Alright, Andy and Scotty.
Yeah, mine, I just have two very quick ones here that I thought of before. The one I told Andy about before the show was a little teaser, but when I was young, we would go to the zoo a lot. I have mixed emotions about it because, part of me thinks, animals, they shouldn't be, just on display or caged. And I think they could get depressed, but I also love animals and just watching animals and all the fascinating things you see at the zoo. So that would be one of them, as well as bowling is one I just thought of that a couple people brought up. I like going to Camelot because they have the ramps I could push the ball down, and it's a lot of fun. I remember I went bowling on my 12th birthday at Camelot and got a pin with the number 12 on it. I don't know why, but I'll always remember that. So going to the zoo and bowling, my honorable mentions or best of the rest, however you want to put it.
Alrighty, and Kristin and Uriah, your respective best of the rest.
Okay.
Color a picture, clean, bubbles, water balloons, rock climbing, read, family cookouts, have a bonfire, cornhole, watch fireworks, do a puzzle, and cookie.
Oh boy.
Good ones.
Yeah, well, like I said, my honorable mention.
I love them.
Yeah. My best of the rest are going to the movie theater. I used to love going and playing darts. I used to be on a dart league. And video games, and last but not least, playing softball, which I did that when I was a kid.
Cool. You still ever do
Yeah, I
that?
used to play softball all the time.
Alrighty, as the old saying goes, it's time for the number one indoor activity on all of everything. And saying that this number one from me is the one that is done as it is a form of trotting or running at a slow or leisurely pace. The main intention is to increase physical fitness with less stress on the body than from faster running, but more than walking. Number one for me is jogging. Oh
Never
my.
thought about that one.
We were just talking about that last night. I didn't know that'd be your number one though.
Yeah.
You kept that in the bag.
Do you do that when
But
you're
you're very fit, Radar, so I can see why that would be your number one.
If I tried to jog, I'd be flat on my face.
Oh.
I sometimes try to run, but my ankle isn't always supportive,
Yeah.
so.
I remember that.
Oh yeah.
That was my knee, not my ankle.
Michael Kowicki, you have a number one?
I do this, it's mine outdoor. My number one is football.
You can do that indoor or outdoor.
Outdoor.
A little bit of both.
I do outdoor.
Alrighty.
Well, just catching a ball with somebody would be cool.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
So that could be indoor.
Alrighty, Kristin and Uriah, you guys have a number one?
Yeah, my number one, old-fashioned bocce.
Bocce, number one for
Yeah.
you.
Yep.
Awesome, man.
Painting, swimming, and watching animals, whether it's your own or at a zoo. So I kind of copied off of Scott in a way.
Alrighty. Ready, Caster Mario?
Let's see. Oh, that's easy. Number one, playing video games.
Of
You all
course.
know this one's coming. Playing video games is my jam. My favorites are Super Mario Galaxy, Mario Kart Wii, Shantae and the Pirate's Curse, Sonic Adventure 2, newer Super Mario Bros. Wii, and Shantae Half Genie Hero. And I enjoy multiplayer games, multiplayer and party games like Mario Kart Wii, as said, Mario Party 7, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, Runbow, and Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl. And I enjoy playing video games. I enjoy it, and you should enjoy it too. So, playing video games for my number one.
Andy?
All right, my number one is whether I'm playing guitar or synthesizer or mixing or mastering or creating myself, it's making music. That's my favorite thing to do, and it makes me feel so
play
good.
Guitar. I try to play guitar for the band. So
Well, I'll tell you what, you have a good starting technique.
Yeah, but I mean, really play,
Sure, sure.
because I don't really know how.
Well, that's something you could absolutely learn, Kristin. I
Alrighty.
guarantee it.
Alrighty, we wrap up with number one with Scott Venture.
Yeah, mine, I don't have to spend a ton of time on it. I don't think it's going to come as a big revelation, bombshell, or shock to anybody, but it is going to sporting events.
Oh yeah.
More specifically, baseball, football, basketball. Obviously, we talk sports every week, almost daily. I love sports, so just going to sporting events, my number one.
And you know what? That's our list for Ultimate Everything Top 10. And that's ours. What's yours? Hit us up on Up Anytime. And I know next week we will be back for another edition of Ultimate Everything. You're on GoldenStringRadio.org and also Purple Guy Phelps TV on YouTube channel and a whole lot more. Stand by for lunchtime requests here on Golden String Radio. Scott, Kristin, Kawicki, and I will be back at around 11:30 for On Sports. Keep it right here on Golden String Radio.